here we go. There's 5 things that I sold on Amazon and eBay. 1 is from Amazon, 4 are from eBay. In the last 24 hours, it is Wednesday. And this sold between Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm Andrew from 510 Books. It is June 4th, 2025, and I'm sharing with you what I have sold. I enjoy doing this because hopefully it will inspire others that are just thinking about getting into reselling media, or people that are already doing it, giving them ideas or what do you call it? Information, I guess, that will hopefully help them or you find good items to sell, basically. So let me know which one you think sold on Amazon. No, 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 yes. Cooking for holidays and celebrations only sold for $8 and change, and I picked this out from my bookstore here off the shelves. Definitely was not really worth listing, but as is usual on Amazon, you have to go against machines, i.e. repricers, that will just undercut you. So I believe I listed this for much more than $8.90 or 89 cents, whatever it sold for. Like probably over $30, I believe, if I remember correctly, which is why I even bothered listing it. But it ended up selling for much, 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 much less, because on Amazon, everything is about getting the sale, not about making profit. So that's the story. And if you want to play that game, you're going to have to do a volume game, or you're going to have to have a really good repricer, because that's just what's going to happen. Or it's volume, right? You have lots and lots of, you have 10,000 items on Amazon, and you have a repricer that is just battling out every single second of the day to get those sales. So then all of these other 4 sold on on eBay. This one was not worth selling, even though it is signed. Titan, The Making of Winston Churchill by Mike Sheldon, sold for $8.20. That was actually a local buy from 2022. That is crazy. And it's signed somewhere here. Right there. Not all signed books are going to go for good money. This one, which one? Oh yeah, then this one is interesting because this is one, Blood Rubies, that I picked up 13 months ago in a local thrift store. I remember picking this up, and it has signed on the cover. I think I spent, I don't know, $2 maybe at most on it. And I had it listed originally for $39.99. It sold for $27.19 plus shipping. Took a very long time to sell, but it's an example of something that you can pick up in the, you can see it's signed, you can pick up in the thrift store. And while it is a long tail, it did sell for a decent amount of money. And you just have to think about, this is only one book, but if you can find 10, 20, 50, 100, 500 books like this, and what I mean by like this is ones that are long tail, but that are going to end up selling for a little higher profit. So I would say around $30 is good. You can get at least $30 or more for your long tails. It's worth it because these will sell every single week. You'll have multiple long tails selling, sometimes every day, depending on how big your inventory is. So keep that in mind. And this was just sitting on the shelf at the thrift store for a couple bucks. This one sold for $35 plus shipping. Preminger at Fox. It is from those 10 boxes of donated CDs from several years ago. This has 2 discs in there, soundtracks, classical music, jazz, was what was in there, in exceptional condition, rare items. I'm probably still going to be selling these for quite a while longer because there was a lot of quality CDs in there that I put on eBay. And then this one is a rare one by Nikki called Her Sins, sold for $35 plus shipping. This was from those boxes of, Gaylords of CDs. So that was a really nice sale. I couldn't find any other copies of this. Pretty rare, but there was some interest in it, and it did end up selling. Interestingly enough, someone had, the artist actually contacted me, or she claimed to be the artist, and wanted to offer me much, much lower amount of money for it. and then wanted to meet in person, and then wanted to give me another CD. It was very strange, very erratic. So I decided to decline that because the offer was just way too low. I get it. Some of you might say, oh, it's her, she made it, this, that, and the other. But you got to come with a better offer. Anyway, so it sold for $35 plus shipping. Okay, the first good news is that I am like 95% done with preparing all of the books for the dollar sale. As you can see, I have all of, I've cut up a bunch of boxes in half, bigger ones, so that I can create these smaller boxes, which is easier for people to go through when they go to the sale and they're scrounging around, rifling through them, making a mess, all that kind of stuff, which is fine. And then I have it broken up. There's boxes of fiction, boxes of kids' books, and then boxes of nonfiction. And then I even have this very random cigar box, whoops, which someone might want to buy for $1. Who knows? And there's a couple of boxes like this that have bigger books in them. So I use the banker's boxes. I only have a couple of those. 1, 2, I think 3. One on the other side. But the rest are all smaller, shorter boxes, so they're not super deep, and it's easier to stack them. So that was super exciting to be done with that. Well, almost done, because I didn't realize I had 3 other boxes, but that's okay. I'll finish that off tomorrow morning. I just have these 3 banker's boxes. And what I'm going to do is to reinforce these tops. And they're not that big, but I will see how many I can fit in the 4. And from there, if that's not enough, which it probably won't be, I will find another box. Not a problem. But that'll be all done, which is awesome. And then I'm going to organize all of my banker's boxes. I don't know if this is super boring to listen to, but in this palette, I keep boxes, banker's boxes. So I'm going to organize them in a way that they're not just kind of crazy all over the place, and I don't have them stacked everywhere like I do right now. Because I will be using banker's boxes. I'll actually probably use them when people come for the sale, if they're going to be getting a ton of books, as a way to just take them away. Because I'm always getting new boxes. I can always find new ones, that kind of thing. So that happened. Today's Wednesday still, and I'm only open for 2.5 hours. But I did have a few people come in. They bought vinyl, which is fine, which is good. I've been getting some good vinyl in, so been selling a good amount of it. So that was really good. And tomorrow I'll be open more hours. So I'm usually busier on Thursdays and then Fridays. And my kids their school's ending next week. And I definitely am going to be changing my hours starting in the summer and then going forward in the new school year. What I'm thinking of doing right now is Monday through Fridays, I'll be open 10 to 4 instead of having choppy days on the first 3 days, or different hours on the first 3 days. And then that enables me to do things like take my son to soccer practice and whatever else is going on. Yeah. So anyway, that's a side note, but that's exciting because then I'll be open more hours. Versus now I open an additional 12 hours, being open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but to extend it to 4 would mean that I'd be open more hours, and then I can have consistent hours in the sense of every day is the same, except, Saturday I'm open later because no one shows up before 11. I have done that before. FYI, I guess it just depends on where you are, but for me, that's what it was. So yeah, slow day in the store, but a couple customers, sold some stuff. Got all those books ready. Just have 3 boxes to go. And then I'm going to spend some time photographing items for the next 2 weeks. So that'll keep me busy. Preparing that so that when those weeks come, I don't have to do all of that the day before or that weekend, which is always good. I love to plan ahead for my inventory. And then I'll be in a place where I can start thinking about getting an inventory. If I don't get anything in tomorrow or Friday, I can start planning out for next week to try some new avenues. But thanks for watching, guys. Keep hustling, keep working hard. I'll see you next video. Take care.